to you. Oh, yeah. Sing it. Touch me in the morning rain.
And the moment that you wander far from me, I want to feel you in
my arms again. Sing it, babe.
Come to me on the summer breeze. Keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love, is your love.
How deep is your love? Brilliant.
Because we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down.
Happiness. I see happiness. How about you? To you and me. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Wow, that was a great performance. Bikos Mana. Bikos Mana with 61,000 subscribers. Jamming. That's a three-piece band. It's a piece band, three-piece. The kid is playing the flippers in the background. Great performance. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the program. How are you? How are you? Hey, you know, it's Monday. It's Monday. And, wow, it's like kind of like, you know, I don't read the news anymore during the weekend. I try not to do that. I try to turn it off, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A little bit of Friday I watch, but Saturday, Sunday. I try to eliminate the noise in politics for at least those 2 days. And then I come back on Monday and I open my eyes and I see what I see. And I don't know. It just seems that there's so much distrust, levels of bribery and corruption in government. There's nothing. The problem is that there's nothing good to look at. Right? You'd say to yourself, well, what's good about our country? What's good about our politics? And it's just often hard to find. Right? I know bad news spins better than good news. I mean, that's just the way it is. But you'd want to look for some good stuff. But today, for example, this Monday, after not seeing the stuff all weekend, the political noise all weekend, I come here on Monday and I stand before you, bringing you more fucking bad news about briberies and FBI stealing coins in a raid. Terrorism signs in New Jersey. You heard? You're driving in New Jersey on the highway, and it says, if you see terrorism, report it. What the fuck is terrorism? Right? The last time we had a major terrorism, wasn't it planes flying overhead? You want me to report planes flying overhead? No. I think it's interpreted more as fear your neighbor. Fear, you know, anybody today in today's climate, anybody could be arrested for anything. And then they could be whipped into a seditious conspiracy to overthrow the government. Just about anything you do. You could be driving along in your car on the highway and you get pulled over and you've got a political piece of paper on the you know, on your front seat. And it says, I don't know, something like, you know, MAGA Republicans for Trump or something crazy like that. Some weird opinion, right? And suddenly the law enforcement doesn't like the way you're acting, and they ask you to get out of your car, and you say no, and then they start pulling you, and you start pushing back, and then the guns are out, and now there's a big fucking scene on the highway over what? Right? You're a terrorist. Who are you trying to terrorize? Why do you have that flyer on your seat? Or something like that, right? That's the nature of the nature of the climate today, right? Everything is a crime. If I go to a rally, I'm a criminal. if I get carried away, and such, right? So we'll look at these interesting stories as they develop. I mean, that's all we can do is just look at the stories as they develop and then make up our own minds. This is my thumbnail today. Department of Justice, Bureau of Investigation, Federal Bureau of Investigation, also known as the FBI. Many people for many years have been calling for this to end the FBI. We don't need federal enforcement overseeing the states and each other. It seems that the laws that they abide by are very different than actual law. So we don't really need the FBI. I'm just going to give you a case today where the FBI goes into a house, and not even into a house. They seize a bank and then start popping all of the safes to find evidence of some sort of corruption. And while they're doing that, they pocket fucking $150,000 in gold bars. And nobody seems to know where they went. Right? Shit like that. That's what the public sees. It was the Democratic, who was the Democratic Senator? Menendez, excuse me, Bob Menendez, Senator Bob Menendez, a Democrat, just got hauled off again for bribery. They found him with piles of cash in his house, gold bars, all kinds of shit in his house, right? Tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff in his house. And caught red-handed taking money and delivering favors, quid pro quo. He's saying, I don't know, this is just what we do. So we'll look at this. Why does the and we'll look at the markets too. Markets looking to open down again. Come on, man. Oh man, talk about getting in at the wrong time. Everything's going down again. That was my thumbnail today. Welcome everybody in the chat. Sean Kane, what's up? Chris Milk in the house. Cats Philly Camden. Dave Brown, what's up, man? Weevil Girl in the house. And everybody else who's watching and hanging out here today. I have a website, marcusconti.com. Educational, philosophical, nothing important really. Just opinion, Just opinion, because that's all we have today. I could have an opinion, but I'm not a radical. You can't say you see terrorism. Somebody might watch my program and see terrorism. Imagine that. Imagine that somebody's watching, and they don't know what you're doing. I see terrorism. People see racism all the time, right? They see racism. They see terrorism. They see disease. Fucking disease. So anyway, let's start here. Italian mafia boss over there in Italy, in Sicily, Messina Denaro, dies of cancer months after capture, right? So this guy's been on the run. He's thought to be, in certain circles, the most powerful crime boss, I guess. I don't know. He's the ultimate mafia boss, convicted of multiple murders. He's been on the run for 30 years, 61, suffering from cancer of colon. At the time of his arrest, there he is. There's his mugshot. Old Italian guy, 61 years old. How you doing? How you doing, my brother? He was also responsible for bombings in Rome, Florence, Milan in 1993 that killed 10 people. So he's a bad, bad man, and he's been on the run. Look at his getaway pictures, right? They think he was a woman. They think he was living his life as a drag guy, a drag woman, because you wouldn't know it was him. It's just a manly looking woman. Right? That's what they think he looks like as a businessman. But this is what he really looks like, because they captured him. But what is crime anyway? Right? If you look in Sicily, a lot of people that back the Italian mob say, no, the mob is kind of like the modern day militia. They push back on corrupt government. Right? Sometimes they blow shit up. Sometimes they kill people. Right? I don't know. I don't want to condone or promote this. That's not my point. I'm just pointing it out that a very, very powerful mafia boss in Italy, in Sicily, probably the most powerful, they got him, and he dies in jail. Not even a few months later. Did he go out the back door? I don't know. Anyway, crime boss down. And this is a very interesting. I had gone to the Jersey Shore a little while ago. Drove down there to jump in the ocean, and I saw these signs with my own eyes. Right? It says terrorism, suspect terrorism. That's the signs I saw all along the New Jersey fucking Garden State Parkway. You're driving along, nice sunny day, going to the beach, everything is fine. And you see a sign that says, suspect terrorism, with a question mark. I can't find any of the pictures of it, but see something, say something. We've seen that one before. But I've seen the actual signs where, and I was shocked. I was like, why is that? Why do you suspect terrorism, quotes, then you're see something, say something, with a tip line number to report threats. Now, what exactly are you going to see on the highway? What are you going to do? You're going to see, in people's minds, what is terrorism? You're going to see a guy running out in the street with a machine gun shooting people? Well, yeah, that's true. Or laying on the ground with a bomb taped around them. These are very rare, actual non-happenings, right? But why? It doesn't. Wouldn't you agree that if you see a sign about terrorism on a nice sunny day in New Jersey while you're going to the beach, you would say to yourself, this is invoking fear, right? Why put that up? Right? Are you really helping anybody by telling people? Do people really need to be told if you see terrorism, that's one thing. If you suspect terrorism, that's another thing. Oh yeah, I suspect that truck over there with all those white guys in hoods are suspected terrorists. Right? And you don't know they work for the local meat packing factory down the block and they dress with hoods. Or you just don't know, right? You don't know what other people are engaged in. That's my point. It's like everybody becomes a suspect to a crazy person, to a paranoid person, to a person full of fear. Everybody is a suspected terrorist. Right? Some people look at doctors as terrorists, right? Hey, they're trying to terrorize me with this chemical, and I just don't want it, and they're terrorists. So what is terrorism? Who is New Jersey actually helping? New Jersey drivers alarmed at scary signs. Drivers in New Jersey have been greeted with roadway signs that read, suspect terrorism, see something, say something, with a tip line number to report threats. These signs are part of a public safety campaign launched last month by New Jersey Office of Homeland Security in partnership with the State Department of Transportation and New Jersey Turnpike Authority. But their sudden appearance on major highways with little notice or fanfare has alarmed state residents. This makes me think that there's an underlying thing going on that's not public yet, said one person in New Jersey. Other residents thought the signs were related to 9/11. See, people don't even know what they mean, right? You're driving along, see something, says, I see something. What did you see? I saw it. If I don't say something, then I didn't. If I don't say something, that means I'm holding back on terrorist information. I have to say something. The public is one of the first and best lines of defense in the fight against terrorism. So I don't know. I don't know what you think. I would say that we could live without signs of such nature. Right? People are going to, again, I don't want to relitigate it, but people are going to, if people see something bad in that registers as terrorism, like a low-flying fucking plane right over their head. I had a plane fucking flying at 100 feet off the highway. Or trying to land. You might say, or pieces of it falling down because it got blown up. We would know. But what terrorism is becoming a gray line. Remember, the people that showed up for a rally on January 6th were tried and convicted of seditious conspiracy, which is only one step down to terrorism and fucking treason. So anyway, crazy stuff. I find this interesting too. This article. It's long been known in the, I guess, recovering communities that abstinence is always the best way to achieve health. But I want to look at what this doctor is saying about addiction. Listen to this. Listen to what he's saying, and then we'll talk.
So here we are. Sobriety. Look, unfortunately, if you have the disease of addiction and you take anything that tickle the reward mechanisms in the medial forebrain bundle, you will reactivate your disease.
Okay, so someone who has this thing called addiction and stimulates the tantalizing pleasure centers of the brain, he's saying that they're up front. I would disagree with that. Up front of the brain. But he's saying anything will trigger. So doesn't that mean that anything good like sex or running around a track or yoga would stimulate these same pleasure centers? I think so.
The thing about addiction is, though, people have the denial with addiction actually reaches the level of sort of neurobiology. It's called anosognosia, where they can't see what is happening to them.
So there's a doctor telling you can't see what's happening to you. Only I can see what's happening to you. But doctor, there's nothing happening to me. I'm fine. How are you? That's not good enough. No. You're in denial. You're. Look, I thought. My experience and/or observation of addiction is that it's self-diagnosed. Right? You diagnose for yourself. Is this something problematic here, and I need to stop, or is it doesn't raise to the level of addiction? Like, no, some people who drink, they have a drink and then they end up 4 days later in a ditch. Right, their car is parked in a ditch, or they end up in jail after killing somebody, and they don't remember it. Right? And those are very extreme cases, inescapable extreme cases. But there's other people that drink a beer and then go to sleep, or take a puff and relax outside somewhere, right? And that's the end of it, right? But anyway, let's continue with this doctor. I hear what he's saying, but I don't like absolutes. Here's the problem with a doctor like this. Someone with addiction will walk in and someone who stops a bad pattern in their life, a bad addiction pattern in their life. And then you're in front of a doctor like this who tells you that even the slightest, reverting in the slightest different direction. In other words, absolutes. Right? He's promoting an absolute death sentence. If you do this, you will definitely die. And that's what I disagree with. Let's listen to him again.
The reward mechanisms in the medial forebrain bundle, you will reactivate your disease. The thing about addiction is, though, people have the denial with addiction actually reaches the level of sort of neurobiology. It's called anosognosia, where they can't see what is happening to them. We just call it denial colloquially, but it is actually something more powerful as the disease progresses. And the reality is, if you're going to try it again, it's going to end in the same place. So
he's telling you right away, if you try it again, you're going to end up in the same place. Right? That's bad advice. That's very bad advice. In fact, it contradicts. It actually contradicts the most successful form of addiction recovery out there, and that's Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous promotes trying it one more time. It's in their book. I'll say, why don't you try some controlled drinking, right, and prove it for yourself? They actually say it. This guy's saying if you try it, you're going to fucking die. There's a big contradiction between self-help and some jerk-off doctor on Fox News telling you what's going to happen. Right?
Addicts always have to prove that to themselves. So If that's what they
He's the expert. You see how the expert is telling you what you need to know? And he's never giving you, he never gives the addict an opportunity to discover for themselves. He's telling you right away, this is the outcome. You're going to die.
must do, that's what they must do. I do worry about putting hallucinogens into the mix here because we really don't know the long-term effects of that yet. It will have utility. There's no doubt it has antidepressant properties, but at what risk, in what dose, for what frequency, for what duration, we have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, in my opinion, the answer to that would be legalizing so we can, know more about it, because people are definitely doing them. But we all know those people. I know those people who are like, alcohol is poison, which it is. Alcohol is not good for you, but alcohol is poison.
Yeah.
But then, they are doing ketamine every day.
Yeah, not good. Not going to be great. But to your point,
They're doing what and how much and why and where and what is the status of their life? People take the sun every day. People drink water every day.
in terms of alcohol being the only carcinogen to most tissues in the body.
How much alcohol are we talking about? Are we talking about a gallon of fucking alcohol? Or are we talking about maybe a little taste of tequila on your tongue, right, with a piece of orange? There's a big difference.
That people use on a regular basis as a drug of abuse. It's the only one that's socially sanctioned. It has the greatest impact on our medical health. It has the greatest impact on our work lives, our days lost.
I think the point is that, Mr. Dr. Drew, there's incredible spectrum of amount when it comes to these things. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I think there is a problem when a doctor comes out and gives absolutes to a community that is, a lot of times looking to the medical profession for advice. Right? It's the same thing with vaccines. You tell people if you don't get the vaccine, you're going to die. If you don't follow our rules, this is what it is, man. And you don't know because you can't see it because you're in your addiction. And you don't fucking know, and you better listen to us tell you, and you better do it. And if you don't do it, you're going to go out there and you're going to fucking die. And that's what the doctor's saying. I disagree with that psychology. Why don't you tell people to find out for themselves by simply quieting down the mind and shut the fuck up, man. Sit down quietly, right? And for 10 minutes, put God in front of you. Just sit quietly and still, and you'll know the answer to these perplexing questions. So on to corruption. Oh, man, there's so much of it. Missing witness in Biden corruption probe offers dirt on Hunter Biden FBI mole who tipped him off. Now, there's a lot of this. I got to tell these Republican, these Congress people, you got to make it easier for us to understand. You got too many details and too many hacks and too many situations happening all at once, right? We know we know what the Bidens are doing. We know how corrupt it was. Joe Biden using his son and his brother to go over into hostile places, hostile foreign governments, and shake them down for money. Give us money, and my dad, Joe Biden, the vice president, he'll give you your favor. And if you don't give us money, your problem is going to get really fucking bad. Right? Here's the statement. Right? Look at the statement they intercepted. I'm sitting. This is one of the emails that Hunter Biden wrote. This email. Listen to this. This is how they were. This is how they were approaching their targets. Hunter Biden and his father. I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Hunter wrote. Right. He's writing to Raymond Zhao. Right, some CEFC employee. They were shaking him down. Right, they're shaking down CEFC, and he wrote this letter to Zhao. Right? And then he says, "quote I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me, his father, and every person he knows, Obama, and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father." Now, if this is true, right, if Hunter Biden is not only shaking down, but this is extortion. This is literally holding a gun to someone's head, saying, "Give me the fucking money, or you're gonna go. We're gonna throw you in fucking prison, or something worse." That's what Hunter Biden was doing over there, in between, the hookers and the crack stem. He was over there shaking people down. That's probably why he was smoking crack. Hunter Biden, nice dad he has. Nice dad. Yeah, son. Yeah, Hunter, go over there. Go over to the Ukraine and spend some money and party on with Mr. Zhao and his hookers, and get the money. So how much money? How much money was it? It looks like millions. Later that night, CEFC executive Patrick Ho, who was staying in a hotel in Manhattan, received an urgent call from Chow in Saigon, who told him to leave U.S. immediately. These guys, it looks, I'll tell you this, it even looks like this. If you didn't, the extortion, the level of extortion is striking. It seems, in reading this article and what Jim Jordan and the rest of the Republican Congress is fighting about, is that Hunter Biden not only was shaking down businessmen, right, for money, and offering daddy's influence, but if they didn't say yes to it, they would, in this case, throw people in jail. They would say, yeah, come back to the United States, and then they would lock them up when they came into the airport for something unrelated, right? Or kill them, right? This is fucking crazy. Right? The level of corruption here is bizarre. If you want to say that Trump, cheated on his taxes, that's fine. If you want to say Trump led an insurgence in America to expose election fraud, that's nothing even close to what these guys are doing. They're over there. They're sending their children and their brothers over to foreign nations, shaking down foreign entities, and offering some sort of deal. Right? We're going to give you whatever. That's what's happening here. And if you don't, we're going to throw you in jail. So Luft, who also had been earning money through a partnership, within 9 days of the WhatsApp shakedown, 9 days after Hunter Biden shook this guy down, CEFC wired $5.1 million to entities in the U.S. to transfer to Hunter. Now, here's the extortion, right? Here's the threat. Isn't it clear? Here's the threat, right? I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father. You better do it, right? Right? And then there's the delivery of the $5.1 million. And there's many situations like these, it appears, according to the Democrats, right? But this directly implicates the dad. Right? This directly implicates Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, who made his way up the corporate ladder by shaking people the fuck down. Are you okay with that, Democrats? People that vote for Biden and say Trump is the devil. Are you okay with this? Are you okay? Are you able to even believe it? Are you able to even hear what's being said, Democrat? Can you hear it? Can you hear the fact that your man and his darling son and brother were shaking down foreign adversaries for big money and peddling U.S. influence in these places? Are you okay with that? Because I'm not. So, and there's more. There's so much more. $200,000. On September 8, CEFC announced its plans to acquire $9.1 billion stake in Rosneft. So CEFC wanted something to happen. Right? They were trying to get something to happen. And Hunter says, yeah, we can make it happen. And then they were a little hesitant to turn over the $5.1 million. And then Hunter Biden says, well, you better do it now because now we want the fucking money. You better give us the 1.5 million. And ultimately, it looks like they got their favor, and that was the end of it. Right? See, Joe Biden has no problem giving a $9.1 billion stake in some fucking bogus company over there. Right? Or some company that has nothing to do with, American fucking wealth. Right? As long as you pay them. That's what we have here. We have legalized bribery. We have politicians elected American politicians running around the globe, grabbing as much fucking money as they can and putting it in their own pockets and then saying this is business as usual. Right? That's the reality of it. So good job to the... look at this. Yeah, so Hunter and Jim Biden, they flew to Hong Kong to meet with these guys. They asked for iPhone burners so that they can talk. And then there's another line where the guy came back. Right? Once they knew they were on his heels, they told him, yeah, go back to America and everything will be fine. And when he got to JFK, they threw him in fucking jail. As a Chinese spy. They're very shady people, man. Very, very shady government. And all you get from Joe Biden is what? No, it's not. No. You're making that up. That never happened. It's malarkey. Joe Biden, it's malarkey. Don't believe what they're telling you. It's all malarkey. I would say anybody with their eyes open and their head not fully inserted up Joe Biden's ass would see this to be true, and it would be something that you'd want to make go away, which is bribery at this level. Let's look at the markets. Markets are open. Ding, we're open. Uh-oh. I see red. Do I see red? And, we're going down. So NASDAQ, Dow Jones Industrial Average down 114. NASDAQ down 47 at the moment. And S&P 500 down 13. And, so red start. We got a red open. What the hell's going on in the world? What's going on Wall Street? NVIDIA down 15 cents. Oh, just clicked red. It just clicked green. Google down 30 cents, Apple down 23 cents, Amazon up 71, Meta down 3.5, Microsoft flat down 4 cents, Tesla down $5 a share, Rivian down a quarter today, 25 cents, Tilray down a penny, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, those are your military industrial complex stocks all down, Holy Vaccine, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, the deliverers of what's going on in the chat. Everybody just chill, man. Relax. Everybody relax, please relax. Take a breath, everybody. Don't eat each other. That's bad. Don't eat each other. Make love. Blow kisses. I see what's going on over there. So anyway, what else? Some markets are red right now. Don't worry about it. And what else we got here? Oh yeah, look at this. So if you think the FBI is the same people putting up those signs that say, if you see terrorism, report it. FBI sued after alleged losing hundreds of thousands in rare coins during a raid. So the FBI raids a bank for whatever reason. Right? All we know is that their property was in a box and safe before the FBI broke into the box. So if you think a safe deposit box is safe, you're wrong. You're wrong. But you're not even the bank is not a safe place to put anything anymore. So these folks had 110 gold coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in a box. To safeguard their own financial security, right? They had some shit stashed in a box. It's up to, right? And some cash, and coins, right? Whatever you stuff in that box. All right. And during the FBI then for some reason fucking confiscated and or seized the holdings, U.S. private vaults, serving Beverly Hills. So you rented a box from these guys, and then the FBI comes in and opens everything up, and instead of you getting your fucking coins, you go there and you get a bunch of bullshit, and they tell you, oh, what coins? You didn't put any coins in here. No coins. So hundreds of thousands of dollars in gold coins, 110 gold coins, magically disappeared. And then it turns out later, a few of them popped up. First, the FBI says, no, we have no knowledge of that. There's nothing written down anywhere. No coins. What coins? What coins are you talking about? Then they get sued, and a few coins pop up. 47 of them, not all of them. 63 are still out there. Law enforcement, this is how it works. Right? This is how it works. They show up, they get the call. They go they're going to raid a bank today, right? And they start popping open safes. Right, and I'm, for example, if we're all in the safe, we're all in the vault, and we're all popping open boxes, right? And you're over there, and I'm over here, and we're all spread out in the room, popping open safe boxes, and they're all fucking corrupt, and they're all working for each other, and some jerk off pops open the box, right? And no one's looking, and he sees the cash. It's a stack of cash, but look at them gold coins. And he takes those 110 gold coins and he puts them in his pocket, right? And he walks out the fucking door, right? Or he just keeps working, and then he says, "Yeah, I found some cash in here. Let's inventory this," and he puts it away. And those coins are now off the radar. DEA, drug enforcement agents, do that all the time. In fact, I've known cops. I've interviewed, off the record cops. And that's often one of the NYPD, and it's often one of the things that is discussed prior to a drug raid. When they find something, say they're raiding, they're going in and they're going to raid a drug house. Right? They're going to find a couple of things. They're going to find cash. They're going to find drugs, and they'll likely find some weapons and other things of value. And the discussion becomes, how much of this are we going to claim, and how much are we going to put in our pocket? Right? Like if they find a pound of cocaine, half of that is going out the back door and getting resold. If they find, $600,000 in cash, $300,000 is going in the pocket. Right? And all these things are discussed prior to. It's very organized fucking crime. So, but in this case, we have gold coins stolen. Right? Did the FBI steal the coins? Is it an inside job? Oh, looks like it. More corruption, more bad news. Bob Menendez, I wanted to call him Mendoza. Bob Menendez, senator, indicted on bribery charges. Now, this is the second time Bob has been in a ditch. But listen to some of the things he did. 3-minute clip by NBC.
A high-ranking Democratic U.S. senator who is no stranger to facing down federal prosecution is proclaiming his innocence against serious new charges tonight. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez and his wife Nadine indicted by a federal grand jury in New York. Wow. Accused in a sweeping bribery scheme. According to the indictment, the couple accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars of bribes in the form of cash, gold.
They're going after this guy's seat. That's what it is. They're going after his seat because they all do this. You can go into Nancy Pelosi's house and you're going to find the same shit. They're all doing it. They all enrich themselves, right? Why him? Why now? That's what you got to ask. Why Bob Menendez now? Governor, it's not the governor, he's a senator of New Jersey, right? Democratic senator of New Jersey. They're going to bump this guy, right? So this is what he stole or had in his house.
Luxury cars and mortgage payments meant to secure the senator's power and influence for the benefit of 3 New Jersey businessmen and the government of Egypt. Menendez prevailed in a separate 2015 corruption indictment.
So there you go. He's taking money from 3 businessmen with ties in Egypt. They're paying off their senator. They're giving him a luxury car. They're giving him fucking gold bars and cash. And Bob is okay with it. Bob's all right.
When the government dropped its case. Responding to the new indictment, Menendez in a statement said today prosecutors have misrepresented the normal work of a congressional office.
He says, oh, it's the normal work of a congressional office. Right? It's just blistering denial. Right? No, you just don't understand how business works here. That money is, the gold bars are part of a campaign, a donation, so that we can continue to help the homeless people of Egypt, some ridiculous thing like that.
Our NBC News Chief Justice contributor Jonathan Dienst has details.
A stunning corruption indictment tonight against Senator Bob Menendez. Prosecutors laying out what they say was a wide-ranging bribery scheme by the New Jersey Democrat, saying he and his wife accepted gold bars, piles of cash, and a Mercedes-Benz.
What about Joe Biden accepting $1.5 million and telling him, if you don't give us the fucking money, your problems are going to get really, really big? That story that I just told you before about Joe Biden, the earlier story, is this story right here pales. It's small in comparison to what Biden and his kid were doing, right, with the millions of dollars. This is a couple of $100,000 in a car.
All in an illegal effort to help 3 businessmen and Egyptian officials.
The senator and his wife accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars of bribes in exchange for Senator Menendez using his power and influence to protect and to enrich those businessmen and to benefit the government of Egypt.
All right, so he's taking care of the businessmen, their government, Egypt. I thought that was treason. I thought when you side with a foreign government in your role,
one of those businessmen,
your role as an American representative.
Fred Davies, is an admitted fraudster who allegedly paid.
Dave Brown says, Trump seems clean considering the amount of investigations on him. They have to make up stuff.
Menendez.
It's true. They got to make stuff up with Trump. But here, these guys are just so fucking dirty.
And his wife with these gold bars. After getting the gold.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like, for these guys, it's like hitting the jackpot. Right? They don't want to be, they don't become politicians. They don't run for office to really help people. They do it out of, your fucking ego, just, I want to have power, right? And then they get elected, and then they go to Washington, and then they just steal as much as they can. Right? They use their position. You mean I can take money and call it a campaign contribution well, I was gonna rule in that way anyway. Right? I was gonna agree with these 3 businessmen anyway. I might as well take the money. That's what they do. They're already corrupt. They're already in there for the wrong reason, or running for a seat for the wrong reason, and then they get in there and they start filling their pockets with money while they're doing their other job, their day job.
The indictment says Menendez went online to search how much is 1 kilo of gold worth.
These 3 kilograms together are worth approximately $150,000.
During a search of Menendez's home, prosecutors say they found $480,000.
See, this is what's called low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. Maybe they're going after low-hanging fruit. Maybe that's what the FBI is trying to do. They're trying to, rein in a couple of low operators like Menendez.
In cash, including these envelopes stuffed into one of his suits. More hidden in a safe and in closets.
Piles and piles of $100 bills, piles in his house. This is a senator? Where'd you get the money? What's the money for?
According to the indictment, Senator Menendez also abused his powerful position as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
Senator Menendez allegedly provided sensitive, non-public U.S. government information to Egyptian officials.
That's treason. That's treason. He's a spy. He's acting as a spy. He gets elected. He takes the money. He delivers confidential information to he's a fucking spy.
Senator Menendez and his wife both deny wrongdoing, saying forces behind the scenes are trying to silence him with false claims. There's been an active smear campaign of anonymous sources.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim. See, I'm a victim.
The excesses of these prosecutors is apparent. They have misrepresented the normal work of a congressional office, attacked my wife for the...
So, Mark's Conte reporting. I would love to talk about good news. I really would. And I have to apologize to the world at large for all I can report on is this ongoing fucking sewer of politics that is America. Right? And I'm searching. I like when these kids are playing. These kids make me smile. These kids made me smile today. I don't know about you, but they did. They definitely made me smile.
When you know deep down inside that I really do, and it's me to show how deep is your love,
Deep.
is your love, it's a love, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. Na 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 na.
Feeling it. I'll see you guys. Peace, everybody.